Hey, what is up guys? Jeremy here and welcome back to another video. We're taking a look at a new tweak from Cydia. It's called Hortus. And from what I understand, this is basically a kind of a remake of the tweak Hook's Law. If you guys remember that tweak from, it's actually from quite a while ago if I remember correctly, but it's basically a remake of Hook's Law. So what the tweak does is it adds kind of a springy effect to opening applications, closing applications, also opening up multitasking, closing multitasking. You'll get this kind of springy, bouncy effect when doing so. It does it also in other animations, like changing, from one page to another within an app. It also does have an effect. It does have an effect for when you unlock your device. So all in all, it's a cool tweak to kind of just adjust the animations on your device. So I'll show you guys. We'll open up the settings application, and it's really subtle right now. I have it set up for default settings. If I exit the app, you'll really notice it. So there you go. As you can see, there's just that little bit of a springy effect. If we open up settings again, it does it when I open. And I believe it also does kind of have an effect for when, like I said, within an application, if you're going, let's say we open up the settings for Hortus, maybe just a little bit of an effect to it when opening and switching pages. But again, if we exit the app, as you can see, if we open up multitasking, there's that springy effect, close multitasking. You can definitely notice it's a little bit different. It's just got that really kind of springy effect to it. So here are the settings for Hortus. It's pretty straightforward. You have your enabled on-off switch. You have spring enabled, and then you have the adjustments that you can make for stiffness, damping, mass, and velocity. You also have the ability to change the animation speed. You can have it spring only in the springboard so that it does not affect any applications. And then also you can exempt applications. So if you don't want this working, or enabled within certain apps, you can basically tell the tweak, don't do it to this application. And then you do have a reset settings at the bottom there. So I'm going to go ahead and, change a little bit of these settings. From what I've noticed, changing these settings can make a drastic difference in the way that the tweak looks. So if you ever get it all screwed up, you can just go to the bottom and reset it. But anyways, we'll change the stiffness a little bit. We'll dial it down to about halfway, I would say. Let's go ahead and exit. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more subtle with less of a stiffness. If we go ahead and dial it back up, exit the app, you can clearly see what the stiffness adjustment is doing. So let's dial that back down to about middle. So next we have damping. I'll dial damping way down. We'll exit the app. So that had a drastic change, as you can see, when closing and opening the app. Very weird looking. Like I said, these settings you really have to kind of toy around with to get it to look the way you want it. You can really make it weird and kind of messed up looking, but if you just kind of, go through each setting and, toy around with it, you can really get it, in a very cool looking effect. So turn the damping way up. There's much more damping, so it's a bit more smooth. So that's what that is. Actually, we'll leave the damping up quite a bit, I think. So next we'll turn the mass. We'll turn the mass way up, exit the app. So that kind of springs everything into the central kind of icon that you're leaving or opening. So we'll take the mass and we'll dial that way down. We can take a look at what that looks like. That's almost the stock feel by turning the mass way down. So we'll take the mass and let's put it, I guess, a little bit above halfway. And the next is velocity. We'll turn that all the way up, exit the application. Again, it made a huge difference to the animation. Let's dial it way down. So that makes the velocity of the animation much slower, as you guys can see there. So we'll dial that up to about the middle. So that's about, all the adjustments you can make, just dialing each, individual animation to wherever you want it to be. And of course, like I said, if you get it screwed up, you can just click on reset settings, click on OK, back out of the tweak settings, and then you can go back into it. And as you guys can see, they're all set back to normal. If we exit the app, that's the default settings right there. So this is a tweak. Like I said, you guys are going to probably want to sit down and just kind of toy with all of these different adjustments to get it to look the way you really want it to look. I prefer to have it just be a very subtle difference from the stock look and feel. Just a little bit of springiness to it makes it look pretty cool. But like I said, it's up to you depending on what you want to do with the tweak and how you want the animation to look on your device. So very, very cool tweak. It's a Hook's Law remake. Again, the tweak is called Hortus. I will leave the package information down in the description in case you guys want to check it out. It is a free tweak in Cydia. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this tweak review, definitely throw me a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot here at the channel. And if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to click that subscribe button. This has been Jeremy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.